Okay, so my pot is done. I've added my spout over here, okay? And I have added enough coils to make it 4 inches tall. But the outside of it, as you can see as I slowly spin it around here, it looks kind of lumpy, kind of bumpy, not really all that polished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. This is called a metal rib, okay? It's kind of dirty, but it's called a metal rib. I'm going to take this curved side right here, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to hold this in my right hand like this, and I'm going to put my left hand on the inside, and I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm just going to pull it straight up. Bottom, straight up. Bottom, straight up. I'm just going to keep doing that. Keep doing that. I'm applying firm but gentle pressure. Okay, and I'll show you here. You can already see how this area right here is smoother. As I feel it, it has a more smooth, almost kind of like a candle-like texture, like the outside of a candle, whereas this is really bumpy and rough, okay? Excuse me. On my tool, you can see that there is some, not a lot, but some clay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pull that off, and I'm going to start again. I'm going to go back to where I left off, and I'm going to pull it up. Okay? I'm removing little bits of clay each time I do this. Okay? Just little bits. If I'm not careful, I can remove too much clay and I can create a weak spot, I can create a divot, I can create lots of things that I don't want. I want it to be smooth. So I would rather have to go around my pot 4 or 5 times and go slowly and do a nice job and remove it in a slow amount of time versus really, really fast and have weak spots or holes or gouges because I pressed too hard and went too fast, okay? So that's the outside. I can also do this on the inside, okay? So I'm going to take this off of my banding wheel or my tabletop wheel. Move my camera here a little bit so you can see. I'm going to do the same thing. This time I'm going to go more in a circular motion versus up and down. So my hand on the outside. Let me slide this over a little bit more. My hand on the outside, my tool on the inside, and I'm just going to very gently scrape the inside, okay? Again, there's some product, there's some clay on my tool. I'm going to remove some of it. I'm going to turn my pot. I would normally have this up on my wheel, but I want you to be able to see it better, so I brought it down lower, okay? And I would just keep smoothing. If I want to be able to put a liquid in this, or maybe I want to give it to my mom, and she's going to put flowers in it, real flowers with some water, because Valentine's Day is coming up here, okay, or her birthday maybe, or I'm going to save it for a Christmas present or something, and I know that there's a chance that she's going to put liquids in there, she's going to use it for its intended purpose, not maybe just for decorations, or there's a chance that someday she might put liquid in it. Knowing my mother, that would be true. Okay, that there would be a chance that she would put liquid in it. I want to make sure it's nice and smooth because then I can get a good, solid application of glaze and there won't be bumps and little pockets that I have to try to fill in with the glaze so that way she can make it, put water in it and it will be watertight because the holes in the glaze will allow the liquid to seep into the clay itself, into the wall of the pot, into the base of the pot or the foot of the pot, and then it's going to eventually leak out. And not that they probably use it for anything other than flowers, but if there's something in there that's consumable, it's going to make it that much easier for bacteria and stuff like that to grow. So, again, metal rib. There are a couple of these over in the supply cabinet. If you can't find one, please let me know. I have more. I do have some that have the serrated or the little zigzaggy teeth like ones. Don't use that to try to smooth. Obviously, those little triangles, those little teeth aren't really going to smooth it. It's going to add a texture to it, but it's not really going to smooth it like this solid one will, okay? So, that's how you can easily and quickly smooth the inside and the outside of a clay pot. I would highly recommend that you put it on top of a tabletop wheel or a banding wheel, as what their proper name is, which will allow you to easily turn your work as you work on it, okay? I like to stand. If you are sitting and trying to use one of these, you might find that you're at an awkward angle. But because I usually stand while I do this, it doesn't bother me to have it on the wheel. So if it's an uncomfortable position for you and you're having difficulties because it is an uncomfortable position for you to be trying to have it because it's elevated, then I would highly, highly recommend that what you do instead is that you stand up, push your chair in if it's a stool, and it will go under the chair, under the desk, push it in. If not, kind of slide it out of the way so that people aren't tripping on it, and try standing, okay? I'm not saying you have to stand the whole entire class period, but standing will help with the elevation, okay? So there's a pretty good section here that's nice and smooth, okay, compared to bumpy, okay, and kind of yucky looking, all right? So, metal rib. There are other tools that will smooth. This is my personal favorite, the metal rib.